Red bullet burning, fly this some turbulence. You gon' feel this turbulence. Nigga, this is Richmond. I know you probably heard of it. Yeah, nigga, y'all heard of it, cause we be on some murder shit while I be on some money shit.
Tube viewers, what's happening? Y'all know the channel. Felon with Firearms, man, and I'm here for it again. Got y'all Colorado. That's what we here for, man. But if you a supporter of this mission, if you a supporter of this clause, hit that like button, man. If you goddamn a convicted felon and you trying to get them gun rights back, go on here, subscribe to the channel, man. Cause I need y'all support, man, just as much as y'all need this information. And I'ma keep on bringing it to y'all, man. But I need to know that y'all fucking with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Drop a like in that, drop that like, drop them comments, man. But more importantly, keep pushing, keep doing what you gotta do to get them gun rights restored. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't over for us. We ain't down and out. We made a few poor decisions, but it's people like us, man. We need to support each other so we can get ahead, so we can get our civil liberties back, our civil rights back, our gun rights back. But without further ado, man, Colorado, what's happening? Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? As always, the infamous Felon Gun Rights Restoration. Let's see what we got, Colorado. It say firearm rights lost for felony conviction can be restored by pardon. And I also say, and that code is Colorado.rev.stat 18-12-108. But it says here, all rights lost automatically restored upon release from parole. Colorado Constitution, Article 7. And again, that's code 102. I mean, I'm sorry, 1-2-03, comma 18-1.3-401. So what I'm gonna do is, of course, y'all know I'm gonna add that in the descriptions. Let me let y'all peep that real quick. This Colorado right here. Right here. But I know y'all couldn't see that well, but I'm gonna get y'all right. I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. But man, let's talk about some of the influence behind that information, right? So in Colorado, you can have your rights restored by pardon. Yeah, of course, y'all got a waiting period for felony offenses. It has to be 7 years. 7 years must elapse since the completion of your sentence. And for misdemeanors, 3 years must have passed since the completion of your sentence in order to file for this pardon. So when they talk about completion of your sentence, they referring to your incarceration time as well as your probation time. So once you completed probation, that's the end of your sentence. So that's when your time starts. So if I was you, I'd do everything I can to work vigorously to get off probation, man. It ain't hard to get off all papers, man. Just stay out them people way. This shit's still burning. Yeah, just stay out them people way, man. Comply with what they talking about, what they asking for. And just be proactive, man. Like I said, it ain't difficult, man. The guidelines laid out, what they want you to have a job, go to school, you know what I'm saying? Just do shit that ain't related to criminal activity and stay away from all negative encounters from the police, man. Because they gonna count them negative encounters against you. So alright. So let's talk about let's talk about the pardon practices and the authority of the pardon practices. Colorado pardon policy and practices. Who has the authority? In Colorado, the governor has the authority. It says the pardon power is vested in the governor. You know what I'm saying? Most importantly, know that. In Colorado, the governor has the executive power, except in cases of treason, subject to such regulations as may be prescribed by law relative in the manner for which you're applying for the pardon. Colorado Constitution, Article 7. In every instance where the governor exercises his power, he must send to the General Assembly at his first session thereafter a transcript of your petition, all proceedings, and the reasons for his action. The clemency power is regulated by the Colorado.Rev.Stat 16-17-101 and 102, and grants not issued in compliance with those provisions are invalid. So, and also, before approving a pardon application, the governor must submit this shit to the district attorney, the sentencing judge, and the prosecuting attorney. And as far as eligibility, you got to pay attention to these keywords here, because it says eligibility. Pardon applications are not generally accepted until at least. Now, generally and at least let you know that this is not always the case. So the pardon applications are not generally accepted until at least 10 years after completion of sentence. Persons convicted under federal law or in another state are not eligible for the gubernatorial pardon. So if you're convicted of a fed charge or either out-of-state conviction, the governor cannot do this for you. Who has to do this in those situations is the presidential pardon. So let's back up a little bit to this generally accepted until at least. Let's go over to the actual pardon application for Colorado. So when we get over to this application, as you can see plain as day here, pardon. Felony, 7 years must have passed since completion of sentence. And for misdemeanors, 3 years must have passed since completion of sentence. And this is the current pardon application for Colorado. So now, let's go over some of the details that they're going to ask you. First and foremost, you got to pick what you're applying for. So, of course, we're going to click pardon. And they're going to ask you about your personal information. As you can see, parole eligibility, date, phone number, date of birth, social, your FBI number, your DOC number. If firearm rights are not restored, will you still wish to seek a pardon? Of course, because, you know, granted, our mission is to obtain our Second Amendment, our rights to bear arms. But, you know what I'm saying, this pardon will also enable you to live a more vibrant life, you know what I'm saying, to live a more resource accessibility life, you know what I'm saying. You will be able to, you know, apply for certain houses, mortgages. You'll be able to seek better employment, you know what I'm saying. You won't have the stereotypical burden hindering you from you know, getting ahead in life, because we all know these felons follow us everywhere we go, every job we go, you know what I'm saying, and quite frankly, it just make it that much harder for us to thrive. It's discouraging when we got this bullshit blemish preventing us from doing the things that we need to do, you know what I'm saying, or we want to do. So, you know, have you requested clemency before? You know what I'm saying? Education level, occupation, military history, domestic, collateral consequence of the conviction. Request clemency for restoration of firearms. Yes. So this is an important part of it. Demonstrate the need for the restoration of rights associated with the convictions. Issues related to sport, hunting, eligibility for elected office, military service, and other impacted privileges. Sealed to expunge criminal records must be acknowledged and documented. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, you know, a lot of us, like for me, for instance, I chose, sport hunting because most of my family, most of my associates in Virginia hunt, and they eat well off of the land. Who don't want to? It's about being self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? You can be a lot more self-sufficient if you're able to hunt and eat off the land because, hey, we might be in a little financial situation where we can't afford to go and purchase enough food for to feed the family, but I can go catch that buck, you know what I'm saying, and get the right pot sud, and I can feed my family. You know how long you can feed your family off one deal? You know what I'm saying? Of course you know. So that's an important part to really go into detail on about why you feel like you know what I'm saying, you requesting for your firearm rights. So of course they want to know your criminal information as far as your crime. List all convictions that clemency is being requested. All convictions. All your felony charges. Any additional crimes. List additional arrests, traffic, and other offenses. And that's why I say it is paramount, it is indispensable that you stay out the way. You cannot get caught up in no type of negative confrontation with law enforcement. Then we got the required documentations. They telling you everything you need. State taxes, transcripts, verification of employment, 5 years, 3 months check stubs, 5 letters of reference. You know what I'm saying? They got your checklist there. Required documentation. Certificate of personal oath, certificate, character certificate. Like they got it laid out for you, man, and they make it kind of easy. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they even have the format available for you makes it easier than it was in my state because you have to. There is no template here for Virginia, so you have to basically type it up yourself, and if it's not worded correctly, if it's not as in detailed as this one here, they reject them. So here's, just more information following, and that's the application. So it's real important that you get the required documents first and foremost. So before I get up out of here, I'm definitely going to include the place where you need to mail the application to get it in, the pardon application, the clemency application. I'm definitely going to include that in the video. As always, I'm gonna include links and things of that nature. But again, man, before I get up out of here, man, if you fucking with the mission, man, smash that like button. Smash that like button right now before you get off that video, man. If you know somebody else who need this information, hit that share button, man. It don't do you no good keeping this to yourself because at the end of the day, let's hypothetically say you go to court and get denied, but your cousin, he need the same information. He go to court and he get them back. That's still one more firearm legally in your family that y'all ain't gotta worry about. So yeah, man, big love, big Felon.